Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. How's everybody doing? What is up, K Doggy Dog? Oh, what is up, Jamesy? And oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. It's not BG time. So in today's video, we're gonna do some ranting, video recording, and a wee bit of grinding, probably. The best what? The best what? Why no Will in Abyss? We'll get to it, don't you worry. Late? Who's late? Me? Damn, I thought it would be the first one to join. No, you're not. Master Viego. Okay, so I have been meaning to record this video. Like, I have a couple of hours that I can be live, but I want to multitask here a bit. And we have the micromanaging of the fun issue, which is going to be the another video that we're going to try and make is state of the game and players leaving, and we're going to try and break down. But first, let's try the micromanaging of fun. James is the first but not the best. Hey, who knows? Who knows? Right. Anyways. Oh, 1 second. I need to increase the gain. By the way, do you guys hear me well? Are you okay? Is there any issue with mic even if I speak softer? Just waiting for the villains in Abyss. We're gonna do that tomorrow, okay? Okay, so audio is great here. Well, very good then. Happy to hear. I'm waiting on Getty, so I want. Okay, why did he? Okay, fine. We'll get there, don't you worry. And why are people keep asking about? And why people keep asking about? Who's asking about my height? Yeah.
Oh yeah, first.
Wat? Ah. Oh, fine. I am fine. But I don't think anybody asked about my height recently. Champion abilities. Morning, Katie family. Yeah, they went out to the store, both of them, and it started raining. So they're both back and I'm happy. Right. So we're going to be talking about micromanaging fun. We're going to be discussing the existence of Titan crystals and the shift to that, the ascension pools, champion abilities, content. Besides that, we also need to add in exclusive champions. Now we're gonna have ascension itself. No, Thanos Hurricane. On my other account, I don't have Null or Thanos Hurricane that can be instead. Serpent can do most of it, and so can Onslaught and Sinister. When the spring cleaning event, it should be end of April, I believe. A lot of people on the Battleground stream yesterday. I'm about 6'5". About 6'5", a bit over, like 107 kgs. Or that'll be like 230 pounds, something like that. Kitty's a weird one. I got Kitty, but I'm not that fast about it. I'm not ranking it yet. Okay, are we ready? I hate it. Je zat eens een vloed ijstijd zitten. 6'5" issues. Have to bring that down. Okay, almost 6'5". 6'4" something, okay? Nothing. Also, will we ever see Dark Phoenix again? Yeah, of course we will. Kabam likes money, so we will. You're not gonna see her for free for a while. Alright, so a neat reminder, I will be recording a rant. I will be recording a rant. And everybody be on your best behavior. Do not mess with chatbots. Stop him. Do not do anything you would regret later. Wait, have I enabled the chat? I think I have. Yeah, it's working here.
That was pretty lame, because look at all these guys.
Whoops. Everybody be on your best behavior, please. See? Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about an issue that has persisted in the game over, I'd say, several 5-6 years, but I think it is getting progressively worse, and it entirely depends on the way you like to play the game. But for me personally, it has been gradually chipping away from, let's call it, fun of the game. And that is kind of expressed with a lot of things that Kabam is currently doing and adjusting and changing. And it's called micromanaging fun. Alright, I have several plans that I want to discuss, because we can see that Kabam has been constantly, for the last, I'd say, 5-6 years, trying to limit players and manage exactly what you're supposed to do in every aspect of these, you know, areas in the game. And to me personally, it has changed the game, not for the better and overall, but still kind of trying to, you know, escape it. But obviously Kabam is designing this entire game, and every new iteration is taking away agency from players. It's taking away choice or freedom or kind of make your own adventure type. Kabam likes to say we can play this game however we see it fit, but largely it is not entirely accurate. For instance, because let's say tomorrow Kabam releases a new game mode that does have some of the best rewards in it, you'd feel kind of compelled to play it if the rewards are better than, you know, other game modes. So it's not entirely that you can just, you know, focus on one thing or another thing in the game if you want to progress at a good pace. So this is not a state of the game video. State of the game video is a rant I do plan on recording, hopefully today, if not within a week for sure, or a couple of days. But this is gonna be Kabam micromanaging fun, killing the game type situation. And we're gonna start with an example I like to use and I have liked to use for a while, and this is gonna kind of be the easiest one to conceptualize, and that is gonna be the existence of time crystals, or in fact that we have so many different types of shards. and they each buy the same thing basically. Each buy one thing basically, right? Or two at best. But here we can use as an example of 6 stars. We used to earn 6-star shards. Well, we still do to some capacity. And with 6-star shards, we have a choice that we can do. We can either open a 6-star crystal, or we can open a 6-star featured crystal. Now, at a heyday, when 6 stars and 6-star featured crystals were relevant and important for progression, you had a very, very real, cost associated with trying to chase the new champions. It should be a 50% premium on the crystal, as in 15,000 shards instead of 10,000 shards. Or you could choose to acquire more champions that have existed in the game for longer. And if you were newer to the game, or if you were missing a lot of 6-star champions, that was the choice for you. Because, you could, with 100,000 shards, you get 10 champions. And, some of them are going to suck, but eventually some of them are going to be good. And overall, you're going to have a bigger account, which then you can use in arena or somewhere else. And if you were bigger and chasing some specific champion, then you went to the featured, you opened 50% less crystals, and you were trying to get the exact ones. And then Kabam introduced 7-star Titan Crystal. Now ask yourself, has Titan Crystal made the game better for the players? No. But it is Kabam's attempt again to control the players and monetize the game in the way they see fit. Because now, when you earn 7-star crystal shards, you open 7-star crystals. You have no choice. Only choice you have is when to open them, effectively. And the same thing with Titan crystals. When you earn Titan shards, what you do, you open Titan crystal shards. Now, what has it done for our crystal opening habits? Have they gotten any better? I'd argue they have gotten significantly worse, because number one, if you have played this game for quite a while now, then 7-star crystals are kind of irrelevant to you. At best, you're trying to get 26 stones on a champion that might matter at some point, or there's 3 champions that you're looking for it. But for most part, opening 7-star crystals brings you no joy, endorphins, nothing. I could save up 10 7-star crystals, pop them open, deadpan expression on my face, and I wouldn't be kind of invested in it, because I just have just about all the 7 stars from that crystal already, and it's just not exciting. And I can't use those shards to open a different crystal in order to be chasing the newer champions. And then it's kind of similar thing with Titan crystals already happening, where basically we are saving Titan shards for 3 or 6 or 9 months, depending which player is. We get a Titan rollover, and we open the crystals, and then, we're happy for a second if we do get the champions that we're after. If we don't, we keep on opening Titan crystals for a bit until we do, or decide to stop, and then again save for 3 months. That is not a great kind of system or a place for the game to be in. Because these crystals, these shards are meant to matter, and we're meant to be super invested in these. And again, at very infrequent times we are, but that is not the default state of obtaining these shards. Another knock now obviously has been Ascension, which has further degraded the value of the Titan Crystal, because even if you pull a champion from a Titan Crystal, you do not get any Ascension materials, which means that your champion effectively is going to be a second-class citizen to any whale that whaled out for, the premium new crystals that do come with Ascension materials, but you can only get via units or cash, basically. So even if you do get a champion that you're after now, it still comes with a caveat that, your, M'Baku or your Doctor Strange is not going to be as strong as the whale's Doctor Strange. Even if you, get him to rank 4 and 6-200 as well, because they got the Ascension materials and you do not. And there's no any plan making them available to you till 2027. Ascension is a different beast, but next I do want to discuss the champion abilities. And the champion abilities here is another great example. We can take most of the new champions.
Shut up and take my money.
Come on.
Dear Kabam, $10. Please replace my Blue Marvel.
You know what?
He's clearly defective.
Blue Marvel is a good example for this too. Where is that little... We can use Blue Marvel as an example. Blue Marvel is a champion that you're meant to throw 3 heavies at the beginning of the fight with, perfect tappy mechanic. First of all, those tap mechanics suck, but whatever. So your fight rotation with Blue Marvel is 3 heavies, some combos, some level 1s, then level 2. And that's it. You don't really have a choice. For instance, if for whatever reason you don't want to be throwing heavy attacks in a fight, if there's like a node that says, you know, do not knock the opponent down with a heavy attack, Blue Marvel's immediately kind of losing a significant part of his damage output because you can't throw heavies, right? But you have to if you want to kind of do the full rotation. And that is the story with so many of the new champions. Again, with Lizard, you know, you can't go just randomly, I'm going to be spamming level 2s or whatever. You have to do these exact things that Kabam has decided that you have to do. And you have very little choice in the way how you play champion or adjusting your playstyle based on the fight. And that is a hallmark characteristic of most of the new champions. And it's not so much with like all the champions. And again, there are a few exceptions to it, but majority of the new champions, I don't know, we can, brand new champion Pixie, for instance. I do have Pixie somewhere. Again, she's very specific in the fact that you do need to charge your heavy to evade and then knock the opponent down and then drop the level 1 and then, you know, build up your charge and go to level 2. If you don't do that, you don't get the damage or you don't get the purpose of what the champion's made for. On the other hand, for instance, we do have a champion, I don't know, like Havoc, that's ages old. And we could decide what we do with the champion, how we go, which special attacks we use. For instance, in some fights, if we needed more of the detonation damage, we can be spamming level 1s and then, you know, throwing heavy attacks. If opponent purifies, you know, a lot, you know, you could be spamming level 1s and putting in feedback on the opponent, and that does damage. Then if you do need, you know, a dot effect or something that's bypassing safeguard, you can build up your charges, throw heavy attacks, and that will quietly in the background bypass, let's say, safeguard or do energy damage or whatever. If you need like one big burst of damage, build up to level 3. If you do need some differentiation in your special attacks, you can go to level 2 and, you know, inflict damage in that way. What I'm trying to say is Havoc is much simpler. He has like half as much text in his abilities, or 1/3 as much text in his abilities, but you can use him in many different ways. The same thing goes to Hyperion and a whole bunch of older champions. One of the only new champions that we have had recently that's been released and works like an old champion, which one of the reasons why I like it, is Okoye, because again, that it doesn't really matter. You just hit the opponent, choose your special attacks, and you're fine for the most part. And you can, you know, pick and choose how you use a champion to a degree. But it's clear that, again, with champion abilities, Kabam's trying to micromanage how we use that champion and, you know, how effectively we enjoy the game. I personally don't like that. I like to, you know, adjust things to the fights, and that's, you know, what we find versatile and valuable, and that's what I find interesting if I can figure out a different way to use a champion. But Kabam is increasingly making that impossible with their champions. The next thing where we want to talk about micromanaging fun, which again I think is bad, is definitely noticeable in story content and most of the new content released in general. Like if you're going to take a look at any story arc in, you know, chapter 2, so to speak, and you're going to read the notes, first of all, it's going to read like a Bible. Second of all, most of the lanes here are so specific that out of 300 champions, you're effectively narrowing it down to like 3 or 4. Not only that, it also completely narrows what you're supposed to do in the fight. Doing this feels, just like with some of the champions, feels more like following cooking instructions rather than playing a game. Many of these fights feel like I am assembling IKEA furniture from a sheet. They do not feel like I am trying to do my best in a fight and I'm figuring out how am I supposed to do these things. Because again, we have all of these nodes that tell me that I need to knock down the opponent with a heavy attack when they're against the wall, and then I need to dex this and that, and or intercept to capture the node, and then I need to yada 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 whatever. That's not a fight. That is like a test. This, you know, that sounds more like a test in school, or like, I don't know, test when you try to do your driver's license or something like that, rather than you actually being in the fighting game. And then you compare it to the story chapter, I don't know, from Act 5, Act 6. Each of the quests or each of the pieces of content had a different identity. you had your limitations, you know, for, I don't know, we can take this lane, for example, 641, everybody's using it to punch down on champions. But in 641, for example, you know, you have some basic requirements that limit you. Some of these will have something like, you know, biohazard. So you need to be able to deal with that, right? There's going to be tunnel vision. So this vaguely limits, you know, champions down to, I don't know, a quarter of a champions or a fifth or a third of champions in the game that you can use because it is biohazard, right? So fair enough. So you have a champion limitation. And then you have like tunnel vision. And here you can make a choice whether you outplay the node with alternating your combos, or you bypass the node with champion abilities. But you still have some agency. It's not like it's impossible to do one or another. And you have fairly clear set defined requirements for that fight. And if you take a look at any lane in all the content, you can make similar type of judgments. For instance, here we have energize. So you can make a choice whether you can deal with increased combat power rate on the opponents, or you can bring in some form of power control. Stunned once, twice shy. Again, that's power's thing. You can have a choice whether you want to play around this node or you want to bring in something that counters it. And you had a lot of effectively agency here. You could use most of the champions, or they were limited to, you know, a significant portion of the champions in game, but you chose how you approach this or how difficult you make it on yourself. And we can take a look. Next one again. You can Bane, Power Shield, Limber. Again, Power Shield is the type of node that empowers some champions much more than it does others. And you make your selections based on that and based on what your opponents are. You're not relegated to using specific 6 champions in very, very specific ways. So to me, again, on a personal level, content like this is much more fun than content like Act 8, 9, so far has been for most part. Boss fights, I think Kabam's doing a great job, by the way, so I'm not going to complain about those at all. But the general quest design, I think they're doing a atrocious job. And that is kind of visible right now when we are replaying arena challenges. For instance, the Ordeal. They made it heroes only. Okay, we have some roster limitation, but those nodes and those fights are doable with a significant, you know, amount of champions, and we can choose how we do those fights. And that, you know, has been one of the best things released in the game recently. So it's not all content, but most of the new content that Kabam is not building from ground up right now is like that. So most of the new content that Kabam is building from ground up right now, like Act 9 or even Wheel of Fate has aspect of it. It's just not as fun because Kabam's forcing me into a very specific mold of using these specific 10 champions in this specific way, rather than me being allowed to play the game how I want it. Right, now that we have touched the content, we need to touch up the champions and what the ascension is doing to the game, because ascension is obviously a very significant part of why people are quitting, alongside other things. And this is going to be state of the game video material. This is from Liam's video. A dude who won Brawl, has 400,000 units in his account, is quitting alongside, you know, many of the best battlegrounds players, alongside some of the whales, alongside some of the bigger content creators. Man, players are dropping like flies, and Kabam has to take notice. And one big reason for that is Ascension, because it's been atrociously badly introduced. Because Ascension, Kabam kind of, well, they never had much of a mask on the face to begin with, but Ascension is pure exclamations like, there's the peasants who will get what Kabam gives them when they give them to us. And then there are the people with disposable income who can get whatever they want, however they want, as much as they want it. And it's never been to this degree. And the big difference here is because when Kabam is selling Ascension materials in crystals of unlimited supply, that is the first time that they're doing that. Effectively, Ascension materials are rank up materials because they increase the champion strength. right? Kabam has imagine if this would be a situation with 6 stars or something else before, and Kabam would be throwing in tier 6 class catalyst, tier 6 basics, tier 3 alphas whenever you pull a champion from a Valiant crystal. Kabam has never done that, so at the very least so explicitly, and that is what Ascension is. Because whenever new champion comes out to the game now, when you can buy hundreds of Valiant crystals, they also automatically are giving you the rank up materials for that champion to increase that strength on the champion. And that is a brand new thing in the game. Not to mention that for the first time ever, there's no offset on the plan.
Dear Kabam $10. Ascension waiting for 2027 is your dumbest idea yet.
And so the situation here with Kabam micromanaging the fun in the game is that unless you are a whale, you effectively only get to ascend whichever specific champion Kabam decides that you can ascend outside of like the base pool. Because so far, there's like no other way to earn these ascensions outside of champions. For example, like, you know, Stellar Forge Starlord. So Kabam decided that, you know, we're going to be able to ascend that Stellar Forge Starlord with a challenge. Problem is, I couldn't give less of a shit about him or the fact that he's ascended. But the fact that that is like a reward, it's not a rank up material that I can, you know, what is the best term for it? I think money is a fungible resource. So ascension materials are not fungible. We cannot, you know, invest that and then save something and use it somewhere else. This effectively means that we only now get to rank up champions, or that can ascend the champions, which is equals rank up basically, that Kabam decides. A similar situation with Maestro. You know, Maestro is a better case, you know, of being potentially useful. We can do all the Korean challenges. We can ascend Maestro, but it's not like a rank up material that we can choose even within the borders of its own class which champion we would like to rank. And for free-to-play players, this means kind of like doubly bent over, because number one, not only you can't choose which champions you want to get ascended, but also you only get to ascend the champions that Kabam picks for you outside of the basic champion pool, because there is no plan, you know, how this can work. And again, this is a result of Kabam obviously degrading the Titan crystals with them not giving you essential materials. This is an extension of Kabam not having any other replacement or a system how you can work towards ascending, like, you know, any given specific champions. And we're gonna have to wait until 2027 to figure this out. So Ascension itself is definitely also an expression of Kabam micromanaging our game experience to an absurd degree of which champions effectively will end up being viable further down the line, without giving us as much of a, not as much, at least of a choice of like which class champions we could rank up or something. And a last, and the actual kind of reason why I did decide to make this video in the first place, it is because Kabam's doing the same thing with gameplay mechanics, and they are intentionally, again, and this is fundamental ideologically opposing my idea of fun in the game, for instance, or my wishes for the game, how it would be. That is how they are, you know, treating the echo damage, what they did with the daunted and stuff like that. And it all comes down to ideas that we consider this is a problem, because effects that increase or decrease all damage dealt are by far the most even way to scale output across a wide variety of the champions and cases. Just providing attack rating, like with the Power Shield node, is less effective if champion already has Furies or attack increase in their kit. And this was kind of like the thing that, again, inspired this entire video or a rant, because that is what I would want. Because from Kabam's point of view, they see that this is a problem because they want a way to evenly increase and scale damage output across a wide variety of champions and, you know, case and game modes. And that is good for them because they gain a controlled environment. you know what is significantly less fun than a completely controlled environment? You know what is more fun? When we have champions that interact with nodes significantly differently. And Power Shield is a great example. Power Shield turbocharges, I don't know, Kate Bishop, and it turbocharges Longshot, and it turbocharges Mr. Sinister, and a whole bunch of champions, for example. And all of a sudden, those champions become like crazy good. And then there's like a very, again, big subset of champions that maybe used to suck, but thanks to an interaction with the node, they become amazing. And that kind of ensures these fluctuations where champions are looked at differently. For instance, bad champions can become good under...
Watch your mouth, James. $10. I stand on business. Smiley face emoji.
Okay, and that again creates a situation often where a bad champion can become good and a good champion can become bad. Again, to use an example of Power Shield, for example, Hulkling turns into a bit of a turd noodle on Power Shield because you do no damage in basic hits, which is a large portion of Hulkling's damage. And since his special attacks already gained a bunch of Furies, having a bit more doesn't change his special attack damage that much. So overall, Hulkling is less valuable on Power Shield because of these node interactions. And then there are a lot of champions that, you know, are significantly worse than Hulkling, but, you know, become great for Power Shield. And that creates this place where we can experiment, where we can test and, you know, find different interactions and find things that, you know, are cheesy and bypass each other and interact in different ways. And we find it fun because it's a game. We're meant to find, you know, weird things and then benefit from them and then, you know, enjoy it. But Kabam fundamentally says like it's bad for us because we can't control it fully, and they're actively again taking that away with every aspect that I just laid out in this video, with the new game mechanics and rank up mechanics like Ascension, with the content where they are creating completely controlled environment where they tell us which champions to use and how we're meant to use them. They're doing that with champion abilities themselves, where they're taking away our ability to, you know, use champion in different ways, where again, when using a champion like Blue Marvel, it's kind of like assembling IKEA furniture. You do this, that, and that, and then something happens, rather than you just being able to play the game. And they have done it even with our crystals, where we don't have a choice how we use our shards, because Kabam wanted another way to monetize things in the game. And now they're doing that with game mechanics as well. So I know this has been a long rant, but it is something that I wanted to kind of like put out there, because to me, every single one of these changes, every single one of these champions, every single one of these quests, they are taking a little bit of life away from the game. They are making the game less fun. Now, there are still aspects of the game that I absolutely love, and I want to make that clear. There are things that Kabam has done right. There are some champions that Kabam has made, you know, fun and interesting. And so it's not all doom and gloom. And it's not like this, for instance, the echo damage mechanic is something that in itself is making me, I absolutely hate Kabam and everything about it. No, this is just another one of those things that is making the game a little bit less for me. A little bit less fun, a little bit less interesting, a little bit, you know, less enjoyable. And the real danger is because these things are adding up and they are compounding, and then they are joined by issues of AI, quality control issues with the bugs, and, you know, shitty releases like Essential launch that is completely unthought of. And all of that is obviously and clearly creating kind of like a place where the best players of the game are leaving, where many of the whales are leaving, where the game absolutely does not feel as healthy and as fun as it could be. And for me, on a personal note, MCOC is not necessarily longer my main source of income as well. And so I have been like pondering the things that I do want to do, and I absolutely do not want to stop playing. But Kabam is giving everybody less and less reason to stick around with every one of these changes and decisions, in my opinion. So, let me know what you think. And I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, we have all the information about the next one. Well, hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about James. BG now or unsubscribe 20 people from the channel? Ah, shut up. The game is increasingly becoming a filler between sales. You know what I mean? In last several years, increasingly MCOC gameplay and game itself is more of a background character to the sales. It's not the main role anymore. MCOC and fights and everything is surrounding it is not the main character. The big sales are. Grindiness is another issue. And so I recorded this, so I think we're going to play something and then I'm going to decide. Because I do have a state of the game video that I want to make, but... Watch your mouth, James. Dear Kabam, Dear Kabam. So this is going to be Dear Kabam at 30. Who's getting Gulag? I guess James is. Kinda true. I care more about farming units for the next half than Ascension. That's exactly my point, right? Because anything that we do in the game, that we play and earn for, ultimately accounts for less than what we buy for from Kabam. Think. Gotcha. Well, Damn Epic quit the game. I don't know if Damn Epic quit the game. It is the best. Thank you, Barchito. Okay, so we're going to be setting that to upload. I'm going to need to make a thumbnail for it at some point soonish. This is a bit of a rant. I guess we're gonna be fine with one rant today, right? I do need to make a state of the game video, which we can do tomorrow. So, Twitch have really long ads? Well, I didn't make them. Never. The game isn't fun. I'm doing. I'm not gonna say the game isn't fun. Again, there are aspects of this that I do like. But there are more and more problems, though. I missed all the second part so far. It doesn't blame me. It's alright. That is a video that you will be able to watch, by the way. Where I said he's quitting too. Well, Barrow specifically said that he's quitting the moment CCP drops go live. And obviously some people will be coming back. It's always like back and forth, back and forth. When you log in the game, Kitty, check Damn Epic. You can see he doesn't even have an alliance. I mean, I believe you. He might have quit. He's quitting the game. Yeah, Andy said he's quitting the game. I think Liam is quitting the game. And he won like the brawl. Obviously it's Barrowman. I think BMG stepping down. I think there's quite a few other people that have left in recent several months. JJ, this guy used to be a very skilled player. That's left. Sammy has left. Obviously, there you go. Cam left 6 months ago. So sorry, what? I'm not showing it to you. So Cam left like 6 months ago. A whole bunch. Obviously, Trap and yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I think so too. So what is the title? Rant time plus grind. I mean, I can play with the BGs, but I really should be grinding. I can squeeze in one BG match for the protesters outside of the window. I do still need to make a thumbnail. Yes, and so on. But, I mean, like, let's be real. Right? People quit and unquit all the time. That is part of the game that is 12 years old. It really is. Having seen that you can now fight entire How to find the side quest? Only HP heal. Oh, yeah, I saw that you can do it because you... I knew you can do it, but who has the time? KD1's leaving? KD1's not completely leaving. KD1's still here. But again, in between the CCP drops and a few other things in the game, I just don't know how much I'll be streaming, which part, and stuff like that. But there are some changes coming. But we'll see how it all works out. I don't go to a single day. I haven't ever quit for a single day either. He's got a rank 5 kitty. Ja, sieva!
Te,
Saules bija mēs mājām.
nu, protams, kā veikals cieta saules bija.
My wife is not happy.
Like, artist can't buy me to me shoes.
She's complaining that I'm not buying her shoes. But I'll have you know, she was trying to go to the store to buy her own shoes.
Hello everyone.
KD1's leaving? KD1's not leaving right now. Definitely won that. There is only one N in Diana. You inbred ass. You incompetent fool is what she meant. All women have too many shoes. Completely agree. She has too many shoes.
All women have too many shoes. No.
Yes.
Not true.
Buy her what she needs. We're broke. We can't. No money for shoes. Hey, we're not broke, but no money for shoes. Hello, that's fortune smell. She getting no stinky shoes today. She does have way more shoes than I do, obviously. And it's not 8, it's like 80. We support Diana? How dare you? You were meant to support people when you atbalsta tavu pusi.
I've never seen Cat is so happy. We'll definitely need more Diana Twitch rides.
No. How tall is KT1? It's a Gash assessment.
Very, very tall.
Katie will become a shoemaker to save money. Oh, fuck off. Alright, fair enough.
Ko nozīmē pēdējais vārds? Es sapratu, visi izdomāju pēdējo vārdu.
Es arī pat nesaprotu, viņš no agencies. Nu, neko labi, ķipa. Karoči, man jābūt uzmanīgam.
Neviens nepamanīja Miku no joktu. Napēc. Vairs nav happy to house, mouse un Miku, tu prikīn, tevi neviens ne.
Revenge time? Who needs revenge? You want the Ironheart Red Skull? Well, all of them want to be awakened. That could have been pasta. Hey, good enough. Okay, he's like, hold on, I can say so much by becoming a shoemaker. The thing is, she'd probably say my shoes are no good and buy some anyways.
Viņi grib man nopirkt šos?
My wife's like, they won't buy me shoes. Nah, shit. Yeah, he's gonna nuke me. He's gonna nuke the living daylights out of me here. He's gonna be faster. Yeah, 25 seconds. Just put him out. I don't think she will take it. So prime sub, but the fun should big face. Sure. She has enough shoes though. Justice for big Crocs. She really does have enough shoes. I don't know.
Nav tās šos, ko es šodien gribēju.
She heard me.
Joprojām par maniem šūziem?
Yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Tas ir manām šūs?
Crocs for Diana $10.
Or-
Smirking face emoji.
Thank you so much! Tev man jāiedod, es teicu. Šūziem jau. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
Alright, keep going. No, she really does have more than enough shoes. But she says she doesn't have the one she needs. And again, the word need is doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Either way, Nick played very well, so he deserved to win that one. All were close fights though. Ish. And I didn't pay much attention drafting. Hey, I should be grinding arena to be honest.
Pink cross?
Pink Crocs. Rosa Crocs.
Man nepatīk crocs.
Diana hates Crocs too, by the way.
Nav hates, bet kā, nu nav tā, ka hates es dārzā velku crocs.
She hates Crocs.
No, he's lying! Kā ir es vēl?
We as a family hate Crocs.
No.
Arena stream, BG boring. Okay, let's go to arena then. Jamesy says hello to you. Hi, Diana.
Hi!
Okay. I have to agree, most women have way too many shoes, but if it makes them happy, then it's no different than us buying those crystals. Just one more crystal makes you happy. Yeah, I know. But we don't have space. We live in a small apartment and there's no space for any extra shoes. Yes, dear. That's what she said when you were first dating. Still remember? She threatened you. I know, she did threaten. Okay, she actually has Crocs in garden, but she doesn't wear them when I'm around. Yeah. It's meant Crocs. Too bad you can't grind arena for shoes. I know. She doesn't like the color pink too much, by the way. Family solidarity, F Crocs for life. Exactly. There's room for a pair of Crocs for each of you. There's no need for a pair of Crocs for any of us. But yeah, I know. No, he got that stupid Jaime. Where's Scott? I know he's abandoned us today. No instant outro then. Take it from someone that has been married for 20 years. If your wife thinks she needs something, you better too. Yeah. Sounds like you should be praying for him, son. I am. And we do. Oh, that's neat. That's a nifty little smackaroo. GG's earlier. This match is such a nuke. Yeah, Nick, it is. It is stupid ass meta. I can show you how he does Nico Sentinel 25 seconds. Nico, it's similar thing what I just did with. It is a similar thing what I just did with. This. I can try and pull this off. Maybe. Basically, what you want to be doing. This might go very poorly very fast. But what you want to be doing is this. And then this. See? Something along those lines. Okay, it was 27 seconds, I'm sorry, but I had class disadvantage, so. It's kind of nifty. Oh wait, 1 second. We do have a clip. See? El Nuco. Meanwhile, what time is it? Meanwhile, I'm excited with dance moves. The life is beautiful to me. You know, I need some rank ups, any MVPs for next meta? No. Zemo. You want the Zemo rank up? Yeah, I need to take a look at it and try and make a video for that. Once I get to... first of all, I'm going to make a video of my deck once I actually get to the GC, because I haven't played too much, to be honest. And then... We'll see. Variant. Which variant was it? It was the Spidey variant. Which quest was it? Where you can farm revives if you want. Bastion, best deck for... Bastion is... garbage. Might be screwed. Oh, they are removing variants in April. Alright, listen up. There's this one thing. They removed the main revive farming, but there are some optional extras. Shit. I mean, I could have been faster, but yeah. Also, meanwhile, you are here, you are enjoying the stream, hit those like buttons, hit those sub buttons, hit all the good buttons. If you have any unused Prime memberships, use them. My wife's shoes won't buy themselves, apparently. It's like, you guys are the worst. I had already said her no. She has enough. Rant time over. Well, we do need to discuss some things state of the game video, but the rant was for micromanaging the game. So, all right, show me what you got. Mr. Creed Virgin. I'm sitting on a skill Creed Virgin. The next YouTube shot, Bastion's garbage, fight me. Well. I might be screwing myself here. I am screwing myself here, for sure. I know a country has Women's Day, is there a Men's Day? No. El Kaput. El Kaput, I tell you. Haha. We got him. We got him, boys. 1 second. Which clip are we gonna play here? Volume 6.
Chris, it's time for supper.
Hold it, 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 hold it. All right, I am ready for the rodeo.
Oh yeah, World Knight's awesome. I like him a lot. Du hast dich kaputt gemacht. Ja, ja. Eigentlich. Wunderbar. Es ist so. Stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Okay. Is there something like... You're not, James? Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Dankeschön, Christian. Wie geht es dir? Alles zurück. Aber mein Deutsch ist sehr gut. Ist nicht sehr gut. So, Wishman. Yeah, that list down is quite alright. Funny thing happened. Killed around corner goes, my Zemo 38 seconds, 3 plus securities. Yeah, yeah. There is another trick with Zemo, buddy. Danke, Christian, danke. Some Wishuman, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. What I am modern. Well, you are, aren't you a modern? I always thought you are a modern. Doing good. How about me? I am doing Ever heard of Schrodinger's cat? That's what I'm doing right now. I am doing either very well or bad depending on whether and how much I'm gonna be paying for my wife's shoes. He's lamenting the shoe industry. I know, exactly. So that's how I'm doing. Who are you planning to take for a Abyss Villains run? I might do something wonky, but if I was to make like a serious team, Crocs are actually expensive. If I was to make a serious theme, it's probably going to be something in between Onslaught and Serpent. And then somebody else. Crocs is a brand name, yes. That is reasonable speed. I consider this as a reasonable fight. 1 second, lads. 1 second. Volume 7.
Oh my god! I knew this day would come! Rupert, we're under attack by monsters! Dear God!
All right, you undead bastards, time to send you back to hell!
What's up, Daheraj? How are you doing? Yeah, Sentinel's stupid. I just did Heimdall in like 27 seconds. $7.5k to unlock Stellar Starlord. Or save units. I don't know. I don't know. What is the right answer to that, to be honest? I need you to throw it. Okay, this is shitty fight because it's very, very slow. But she didn't, in my defense, she didn't want to throw a special. Why is TF5CC such a ball? I don't know, is it? It isn't for me. I don't really notice much of an issue with TF5CC. You're doing something wrong. Skill issue. Skill issue. I call a skill issue. I think we're actually good now. Trumpy wonky clip. Yeah. Is it volume 5?
Hey, Meg, come here. Have a seat.
Dad, what are you doing?
Meg, I'm a redneck, which means I am about to do something to you that you will not remember until you're 40. Meg, come back here. I meant sex.
Top Andy Beckett hiding. But yeah, no. I would spend those units for when you actually need them. That's Starlord, but it's up to you. And just like that, we got into GC. Will you do will and practice today? I don't know. Should I? Actually, Peter Griffin is an abomination. Peter Griffin is the best TV dad that we have had. Can you please tell me how you also play the MCOC game while streaming, like you, on mobile, if it's possible? It is possible on mobile. There are some apps that you can do. What phone are you using? What's up, Cypher, by the way? Ta-da-da-dum. So, we have made it to GC, so I'm gonna have to make a video about my deck tomorrow. I'm actually going bowling later today. Right, we're gonna be grinding arena, so I need to get in on that arena. But you guys want me to do the Abyss stupid will and practice thing too? I don't know. I don't have that much time. I really don't. I need to be leaving house in about an hour. Yes, what? Active. You don't need special shoes for bowling? Yeah, but they give them to you there for like €1 or 2. But yeah, that is actually true. My shoe expenses for the day are not limited to my wife's shoes. Oh, you slut. I will be. I will be, James, indeed. I need to rank 3 my Purgatory, I think, for will and run. Because I could theoretically use abs, man, too. I guess. But I kind of wanted to be Purgatory because Purgatory would be a bit more wonky. And more people have Purgatory than abs. Would you spend 1k units knowing you will get an Ascended Champion? If you don't spend 1k units, you will still get an Ascended Champion just a week later when you earn some of those crystals. No. I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to. But I probably wouldn't. So. Oh yeah, you can use null. I'm thinking of potentially. I don't know if I use a lot. I mean, like, I don't enjoy the whole big ass long ramp up thing now. So whoops. Good enough. Should be good enough. It's gonna be my team. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably gonna be like Onslaught, Serpent, Purgatory, and then some randos. I think in between Onslaught, Serpent, and Purgatory, you can do like everybody there. I mean, I know. After that ramp up, everything is dead. I know. Anyone found a use for JJJ? Obviously, we all have a use for JJJ. It's called Prestige, buddy. Sinister will also melt stuff, but again, I don't know if Sinister can absolutely melt everybody there. How much what? So arm break champions will be needed for. You don't need arm break champions necessarily. That is a myth, and you can do and you can do the short path. And if you do the short path, you don't have to fight Ghost and whatnot. You guys want me to? Ah, the prestige rank up every time. I know. Me too, buddy. You think since the rank 3 can work? Yes. Okay, you guys want a will and run thing. Okay, we can spend a bit of time in Abyss, I guess. Oh. Stop doing anything. Make me. So, on the one hand, I can get some units. On the other hand, I can get nothing. Wonder what should I do? Fine, my gosh, shut up. I can't even rank 4, rank 3 my purgatory, I think. Attacks villain. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. So I want to run my purgatory. I'm gonna need to give her a relic of sorts. She's only rank 2. But I will rank 3 her before the challenge somehow, some way. And then besides that, we're taking Onslaught, we're taking Serpy. Exactly, Naxel. Okay, so it's 2:45 here now. Getting nothing builds character, I suppose. And we can take in a fat sinister, I guess, for fun, but some mixture of these champions I'm sure is perfectly fine and adequate. So first things first, let's go down. Short path should make it easy. So first, if Serpent doesn't do this well, I will need to okay, so he's gonna be stealing. Whoopsies. Okay, I might. I hoped he would be pseudo-immune to that power drain thingy. But evidently he's not. And auto block's still an issue. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to bring in like null. Okay, fine, so that's clear. I don't want to be doing this fight too much. So because of that, the thing path? Why? Thing path has 2 attacks on it. Anyways. So, I'm gonna be doing this instead, because I don't think I need Sinister really for anything. What happened to arenas? People are pressuring me into. I'll throw it. Should probably Sigma null at some point higher. Alright, that's enough of living. Come on. Whoops. Okay, I see that. Whoops. So here we go, baby. Null. Good enough. What's happening within season? My buddy is quitting because he doesn't get to use his rank 5 mojo, because a good player does them faster. Does what faster? You guys send shots? Oh, you're welcome back, Chick. Right. A Luke Cage. What are we gonna do with Luke freaking Cage? We could do that. Could also use no. I'm fine with that. Was better rotation for now. The best for Abyss generally for me has been build up special 3 and then special 1 spam, really. Less stressful, less things kind of can potentially go wrong. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Why can't I intercept for shit? Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have brought in a better counter for Luke Cage. And of course I got out of this. Hey! That works. Now I just never want to be intercepting again. That burst is capped at 85k as well? That's not nice. Might not like Deathless She-Hulk for this too much. Because I think Deathless She-Hulk at these health pools is kind of, I don't know. It's longer than it should be. In my opinion. Jabooted. I still don't want to be intercepting him. Yeah, I don't like her. For this. Takes way too long. We can certainly do better than her. This damage kind of feels very underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just spoiled with Betsy and whatnot. I got like 68 of these things, but why don't you just have it shut down unblockable? Because I want that unblockable to be always there, and I don't want it to be shut down because I have gotten rid of the unstoppable thanks to the special concussion thingy, and as long as that unblockable is active and the timer doesn't go on cooldown, I never need to worry about unstoppable. Maybe finish it, but it's 7 minutes, Jesus Christ. Probably gonna be taking something else for this. Now this one have a multitude of ways I can approach this, but we do have a bit of heal reversal here available somewhere as well. So here we basically need level 2s. Oh wait, not level 2s, level 1s. Level 2s are with us. Whoopsies. Keep mixing them up. Seconds. I probably need to go to level 3 and then spam level 1s. To increase the duration of my specters. And everything else. As a physical, I mean, probably. It was long as shit though. Yeah. Okay. It's not, but this is the first long form piece of content where I'm genuinely not too impressed with that last She-Hulk lady. She kind of fits the fights, but speed is definitely not particularly impressive. And I'd say I could have just, yeah, onslaught this fight or null this fight over time. So yeah. Oh wait, why was that delayed? Definitely not want to be doing this for, and I think, because again, this is still 4 minutes. If you don't have Null, who you can choose him instead of Darkhawk. Thanos can probably do the fight. I think fine-ish. just messier. I actually need to go in a second, but who else can you choose for the Dark Hawks? Void works for the Dark Hawk, for sure. Void can be used. I wonder if Vox works, to be honest. Need to check a bit more on that, how exactly his power drain works, but yeah. That's gonna be it for now. Huge thank you to everybody for watching the stream. You guys are the absolute best. I do need to make that thumbnail very quick and then, yeah. Go to my mother-in-law and then bowling. So yeah.